All right, it's an early Thursday morning here, February 20 or 21st. Yeah, kind of losing my dates already and stuff. Not usually do an interview this early, this late, and stuff like that. But we're in fact back here at my office here at Canter's. So this is where I do most of my interviews, and we're catching back up with another one of my interviews I did with Eli James. Eli, how you doing?
Doing great, doing awesome.
Great. Who's this?
This lovely lady.
Yes, this lovely young lady next to you.
Hi.
This lovely lady is Gabrielle.
Uh-huh.
It's my lovely lady.
Nice.
It's my girlfriend.
Great.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you both were able to come out here. In fact, we just came from your show that you just had over at King.
Yeah, which was fun. Thank you for coming, man.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. That was actually my first time actually catching that show, which was really cool. I never, seen your setup like that or how it did, and your drum set lights up and everything like that.
Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah.
How'd you come about that? I mean, how did that start up, the Eli experience?
Well, actually, it's funny because, in my opinion, I think I was going over this at the last time. It's like, as a show goes, there needs to be more to a show, and I mean, the Eli James experiences can be endless, and this is just the beginning of, everything that could possibly happen. And, if dreams or whatever you want to make come true can come true. So, on that note, starting off was basically I wanted to make a show bigger, and when you're having a show, it's not just play the same stuff, sing the same stuff, have the same people come to your show, especially in Los Angeles and stuff like that. But it's about creating an experience above and beyond just your music. And if you add in the lights and add in the feeling and the whatever the fog or whatever you want to use, to make a feeling and to create on that. Then that's what it's about. It's add the lights and stuff like that to make a show, to make a reach and draw with the audience. So anyway, I've always wanted to make a show a bigger and better thing every single time. And in my last band, which was Little Red Radio, is we decided to make our show bigger and better. So how to do that? We're trying to figure things out, and I got this LED. A couple LED lights and just to add on. I'm like, okay, cool. So from there, what else can we do? And then there's this like strobe. It's like a line, it's a strobe line. It's actually kind of interesting, but I wrapped it around my bass drum, and it just strobes on and off. And I was like, okay, well if I get that, then let me get some other strobes. So I was like, I got some other strobes, and then I made a foot trigger for those strobes. And so it's actually go to Home Depot, get some wiring, put it all together, and step on, and it turns on, you step it on it again, and it turns off. I was like, okay. And I was like, there could be more. There has to be more. And so I was talking to my lighting designer, Adam Williams, and he and I was like, we were going, well, what can we do? And I was like, well, I have an idea, and like, let's see if we can make the kit glow. Like, actually make lights in the drum kit. Like, how the hell can you do that? And is it feasible? And will it like make the sound of the drums change? Which it I guess if you really technically get into the sound of the drum, but no one's going to notice, on this live show. So you're like, okay. And I was like, well, how do you do that? So I did like 3 months of research, and I found a company that would actually do that. And they had one drum set that did it. I was like, wow, okay, cool. And they're called Risen Drums. That's who I'm endorsed by. So I showed Adam, from Adam Williams Presents, I showed him a video of this thing, and I was like, well,
can I get you something else?
I'm okay, thank you.
We're good, thanks.
I got the check in the
Okay, thank you. So then I was like, well, Adam, check this out for shits and giggles, you're fine. And he goes, okay. And the next text I get was, well, how much is it? And then I was like, fuck, that's so rad. Okay, cool. Let me find out. I was just sending it to him just because it was the coolest thing in the world. So then I called the owner, Keith, and anyway, back and forth, and we got the kit, and it was 3 months after we ordered it, which was like, because it's all custom, and there was no other drum set like that. Nobody else had one. So anyway, after 3 months, you're kind of like, is it ever going to get here? Finally got there, and you're like, what do I do with this? So anyway, so that's where the LED drum kit came about, and but yeah, it's to add to a show. So, you know, you always have to make a show different, make a show bigger and better. But yeah, I think the glow kit, I think that's just the beginning of something massive, something major. And I have really awesome ideas that I can't put into place yet, but they're still a work in progress.
Sure.
And as soon as I tap into more resources, I can kind of expose that a little bit better.
Sure.
But it's for like a basically one-man show, and because I program everything, I'm a writer as well. And I dabble in bass, guitar, and stuff like that. It's actually going to incorporate me playing bass and guitar and drumming and lights and strobes and everything else like that. Yeah. But it's just gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that.
Very cool. Nice. Well, like I said, last we spoke, you were just coming off the Julian K tour and hopping on the Deuce tour.
Yeah.
How did that go?
The Deuce tour was amazing. It was so cool. They're great friends, killer people. Deuce is he's one of those guys that's just a go-getter, you know. He went solo from Hollywood Undead, and I've known him for years, and it's just buddies and friends. Imagine, like, you know, your pals that you've known for 10 years to get up and go on tour and just jam and have fun with fans and stuff. He has also one of the most dedicated fans out there.
You just pay the raise.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. He has some of the most dedicated fans out there, you know, especially what happened with, you know, between him and Hollywood Undead and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, my experience was absolutely amazing on it, and I was lucky enough to have Gabrielle here come along halfway through.
Nice. Did you have fun out there?
I had never showered at truck stops before, and I adapted very quickly, but it was an incredibly fun week.
Yeah. I was trying to explain to her it's going to be more of a camping trip with cool music. And to be prepared.
I've never gone camping. I'm not the camping type, but I survived and I had the best time ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was really cool, and like, Belay, you know, he's one of my closest friends too, and everything kind of grew with that, and I'm working with him in the future with like music and tracks and stuff. I just did a remix for Deuce as well. That actually is through 10th Street, but it should be out soon. I don't know. The label has it now, and so. But I'm letting you know, it fucking sounds delicious. It's great. It's a killer track.
It's super good.
Yeah, thanks, baby.
Very nice. Well, I look forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
So besides that, now you just came off that tour.
Yeah.
You have your hands dabbled in anything else in it as of late?
Actually, I always do. I kind of have a problem, and she can be the first one to witness that I have to be working on something, and no matter what it is. Like, I have like a lot of like, you know, things on the stove, I guess, and everything's on full blast fire. But yeah, I'm working with Gabrielle as well. It's a really cool project. It's just her and myself, and it's very dancey, like electro, but I would say it's more slow, sexy kind of a dance, but very dirty. And with her voice on top of it, it's like very beautiful, you know. So it's like kind of yin and yang, I guess. It sounds a lot like I was explaining as IMX meets Depeche Mode with a girl vocal, and with a slight twist. So yeah, it's called She Preferred Night, and Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff is coming out soon, and it's just a work in progress. But yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, I've been doing voice lessons for a while, and it's really my first time actually diving into something, and it's absolutely terrifying. But I love it, which is unbelievable.
That's a big key.
Yeah, absolutely. I really love it, but I'm still getting past hearing my own voice and not wanting to vomit or cry. Working on that.
So we'll get some music out probably within the next 6 months or so, something like that.
Okay.
We have a lot of tracks that we're working on, but I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to those things. So probably within the next 6 months or so, something like that, we'll get something out, and we'll have a teaser on YouTube and all that stuff. And
there you go.
Free music, you know. It's just about having fun and having to be able to create and everything, especially with an amazing artist and friend and girlfriend. And it's really cool. Yeah, there's that I'm doing. I'm also working with a project with Nadia. Okay. It's more of like Eli James Experience meets rock, Nadia, legend, awesomeness, you know. Uh-huh. So it's kind of like the two get together, more of a DJ kind of thing. But she'll play, you know, bass, and we're writing a whole bunch of stuff now. And tomorrow I'm meeting with John Ryan, which is the producer. Again, produced Styx, Santana, Leonard Skinner, Doobie Brothers, all those guys. And he's working now with a band called Acidic, who's like just, you know, a new rock kind of crew. Actually, the singer reminds me of Billy Joel? Green Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of reminds me, the singer style reminds me of that. But the music's like, it's you know, it's just kind of more on the rock side of things, I guess. But anyway, so I'm meeting up with him and Nadia tomorrow, and then Nadia and I go in the studio tomorrow as well. Just kind of working things out and just having a blast, and yeah, this should be good.
Very nice. Well, I mean, that sounds like it's a great project to have right there and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So that looks like it's something that can really be built on and everything like that.
Yeah, for sure. I know there's a lot of stuff and a lot of amazing things coming out with Julian K too. I'm jumping in the studio. I actually did actually I think it was the last time. Was it the last time we were here? I had to go run down to Julian K whatever to record and stuff. So, but we're still in the studio for the next record, and there's a lot of really cool things coming out fairly soon with them. I don't know how much I could say. So
that's understandable. There's only so much that can be said. Everything else is kept low key
until the team in the camp wants to release it and everything. So, but I just know that a lot of really cool things are happening around Julian K and myself and stuff. So it's going to be a really cool year. This year is going to be absolutely amazing.
And that's why you are the hardest person that I know. Like I said last time, working in the music industry, it's like you are like nonstop. You're from one to another to another. Yeah. And it's incredible the schedule that you keep and have and stuff.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's hard to juggle it. You should ask her.
Some people turn to drugs. Some people turn to sex. Eli turns to work.
I do.
But it's a good thing. It's music, and you know what? That's music is a lot.
Yeah,
music is a lot. Music is healing. It's powerful. It does. Yeah, it can do so much for people and stuff like that. So that's actually a really good thing to do.
It's a good addiction, I guess.
I think so. And it shows that you love it so much. That's why you're so much around it and everything.
Yeah.
So, and that's a good thing about it. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely not an easy career to jump after, but I can't stop. I just love it. I love the creative atmosphere of doing everything. I love being able to work with awesome people. Mm-hmm. I love that it's something new, something fresh, like constantly. Whether it's, working with a different artist, or creating my own thing and getting that out, it's whichever one it is. It's like it's just an experience every single time, and it's so fun, and you get to build friends and relationships.
Exactly, and then that builds up your creativity, working with all the different people that you have, because you're taking, I think, bits and pieces from that and building your own experience. As you can say. So, and it shows.
Thank you. Yeah, we were actually we were talking to Sean Bevan. He helped mix and produce with 9 Inch Nails and Marilyn Manson and a bajillion others. Kill Hannah is one of them, mixed for Kill Hannah, and she knows all the Kill Hannah guys. So that's why
I grew up with those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Chicago. Yeah.
But we're actually going over and talking to him about even writing and how that works, and do you have ... too, and and he's a ball of great energy, and just it's almost like keep going, and no matter what you're working with, take it, put it on a different plate. You'll get back to it later, and just keep going, you know. And everything that you do will inspire you later to keep working on that track, or even if it's not the project you're working on then, it's going to be something else. And I mean, you know, he's, you know, one of the top 5 mixers in the world, you know, so it's absolutely retarded that, you know, he sat down and talked to us just for shits and giggles, just for fun, and we're friends and stuff, so.
Cool.
But yeah, kind of explaining to her and myself of like, you know, just keep going. Keep writing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, he reassured me that it's pretty typical to be terrified of your own voice at the beginning. So that was really nice to hear that I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been with a lot of the bands or people, and you've heard all their stories at the beginnings and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can.
It's true.
That.
Because you know, you go through a lot of headache and a lot of no. You know, actually, it was funny. Is I used to act, and the whole thing was, you know, you'd have to be crazy to be an actor because of how many no's you get throughout the day until you finally kind of maybe sort of get a yes. You know, but it's 50 no's to a yes.
Yeah, it's a numbers game.
Yeah. And you're just like, okay, I just poured my heart and soul in that, and I feel embarrassed that I just did that, but okay, and I get a no, fine. I'm not the right one? Okay.
Yeah,
and it's like the same thing with music as shows go, you know. There are going to be shows where one person's there. There's going to be a show where it's you and the bartender, and maybe you get a clap or two as a courtesy clap.
Yeah.
We've all been there. There's not one musician I know that has not been in that position.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I've covered many bands and stuff. I've been there from like the door opening, the door closing and stuff. So I've been there when it's only been like myself in front of the stage watching the band that I came to see.
Yeah.
And then slowly everybody flocks in to see that one main band, and then there's still one more band that plays after them, and then they all go follow them, and then it's like almost that same scenario, just me and that band now.
Yeah.
Kind of there, and it's just like, wow.
It's true, and you just have to, you know what, you just have to be like, well, this is what I do.
Yeah. And
I, you know, it's building one fan at a time. One person that goes, wow, these guys are actually good, I'm going to check them out online. I'm going to go talk to them, and let me acknowledge them. You know, say, wow, that was awesome, or, you know, keep going, or whatever it is, you know. Like tonight, like I was telling her too, it was like, I'm so blessed, I'm so honored, and I, like, there's a lot of people that came out that I consider really good friends, but the fact that they would take the time to come out, especially in Hollywood and Los Angeles, to come see a show and just have a good time, and you know, it means a lot to me because, you know, I'm doing this as, I do it for fun, but I'm doing it because it's my love and my love interest through that art.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be able to have people to share it with. I don't know. It's one of those things. Taking a moment, pouring the beers on the dead folks. Right? No, maybe. I don't know.
Well, cool. How can people find you again? Like, where are some of the places that people can look you up and know more about you and things that you're doing?
Well, you can go like Facebook, you know, or Twitter and stuff. There's Facebook is Facebook.com/Eli James Music, and then that's my fan page, and then like Instagram or Twitter is just Eli James. So whatever it is, at Eli James. If you go to EliJamesMusic.com is my main website. You can go to iTunes or Amazon or CD Baby or pretty much any outlet in the world. You can search Fashion and a Toy under Eli James. That's my EP that I released. I think I released that in November 18th. I released it. But anyway, you can get music and stuff like that. You can go to SoundCloud/Eli James, and I'll be releasing a whole bunch of stuff out there. Or YouTube is Eli James Rocks, and just.
And then, what's that name of the little project that's going to be coming out soon?
She preferred night.
Okay, so be sure to
sooner than later.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll make a note of that. Making sure we'll be looking out for that, because that sounds really interesting.
It will be. Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome because we're both, I think, natural performers. So
Yeah.
I think good things will probably come of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, she preferred night. I was actually a long process to find a name.
Ew.
I'm just saying, like,
a lot of laundry lists.
yeah, seriously, like every name that was kind of even cool or not, like whatever, was just taken. Even like weird ones like Long Hallway or something. You're like, just for fun, searching.
Yeah.
Like, there's a band called Long Hallway.
It was really difficult, and then there were moments when one of us would come up with something, and the other one would just be like, "That's the worst name ever. That's not gonna." I refuse.
Yeah, good luck with that over there, but I'm not down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, that's usually not an easy thing. People think it is. It's like, no, you all of a sudden you're like, we need a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're
yeah.
like, well, what? And then, yeah, the really ones that you really like are already taken.
Yeah.
And then you get lucky. once in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, so I think that she preferred night. It was her idea.
Cool.
Thanks.
I let her have it.
Thanks a lot.
There you go. Well, I want to thank you guys for